5 was the M1 rifle by John C. Garand. You see right here. It weighs 9.5 pounds. It's 39 inches long. Gas-operated, air-cooled. Simply speaking, bullet is fired. Right here, the holding barrel. Hole pushes gas back, operates the rod. As it kicks the slide back, kicks after empty, comes forward and rolls the next round. The advantage is quick and fast. There's a little more weight to this weapon though. 8.5 to 9.5 pounds. There's another pound added to your weight factor. More moving parts. It's more cumbersome, but once you get used to it, it's a deadly weapon. You're firing from a peep sight, fixed, and at 500 yards where you're trained at. Again, this one will crank out to 800 yards. You put a scope on it, and you can get out to that 1,000-yard plus. It has a little kick to it, but not as bad as the 03. Got a lot more weight to it. Gas-operated, air-cooled was the big advantage we were looking for on the battlefield. In our belt system, we're carrying different kind of ammo. 30-06, M2 hardball. 8 rounds instead of 5. En-bloc clip. It fits right in here. You can close that bolt. It gives you an advantage on the battlefield, which will be pretty apparent pretty quick. At this time, I'm going to have my assistant get ready to demonstrate his rifle, so please get yours in. Now to load, you load your magazine from the top of the weapon, just like you do your stripper clips. Close your bolt. You're now ready to engage. The biggest feature, though, that helps this weapon is our safety. It is no longer on top of the bolt. It is in the trigger housing group. So your trigger finger is also your safety finger. Speed is your essence. And notice where his finger is always in a position. All he's got to do is reach in, push it off safety, engage the trigger. Give. That's the distance of keeping us alive on the battlefield. At this time, I'll ask him to demonstrate his rifle. Demonstrate. Notice I told you it had 8 rounds. He just fired 5 without interrupting his sight picture by just simply pulling the trigger. The advantage of that is obvious. We first engaged the Japanese with the semi-automatic. Our sergeant said, tell you what, wait a second. Just fire 5 rounds full, pick your targets out, do what you got to do, but then give a real long pause in there. What do you think the Japanese are thinking? They think you've only got 5 rounds. He therefore gives his most famous command called Banzai. They jump up and attack your position. Watch your ears. This is what's waiting for you. Did y'all hear that little ping? Notice it jammed. This second round he cleared it. It's how fast he cleared. But did y'all hear that little ping when he ended the last round? That's the en-bloc. That's the other feature about it. It does have a signature. But you can imagine the surprise that Japanese thinking you're empty and you're still shooting. Folks, this is why he's never lost a war. Because he went back to his leader and said, wait a minute, they're not shooting 5, they've got more bullets. They said, well, what did they do? Well, they fired 5, we jumped and attacked. They said, well, wait till you hear the ping, then jump up. Well, folks, we're not stupid either. So we carry one of these empty ones in our pocket. Fire 3 or 4 rounds and let him jump up one more time. It's a trick, but it keeps us alive on the battlefield. The M1 rifle. Thank you.